Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Look It Up Podcast. I'm Chip Ulmer, and with me, as always, is my co-host and papa, Tony Gudo. You can find us on YouTube and Look It Up Podcast and Facebook under his name, Tony Gudo.
All right, welcome everybody. Let everybody know we're here. Share, please share. Let's talk about LSU baseball briefly.
Yep.
LSU got blown out last weekend at Georgia. The close game was the first game. The next two, they were pretty much blown out. So anyway, they lost 0 for 3 in that series. Tomorrow night, Thursday, they start against Florida at home in the box, 3 games. And it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Maybe the placement matters, I'm not sure. But they do get in a tournament, and the tournament starts next Wednesday, I believe it is.
Tuesday,
okay, next Tuesday the tournament starts, SEC tournament. And unless we do a lot of damage in that series, in that tournament, we will not make the regional bracket. But we'll see, never know. Things can happen, weird things can happen, especially with the LSU Tigers. Softball, The girls are in, the girls are hosting. Girls are hosting beginning Friday night. Friday night they're hosting the first round of their bracket. So we'll see what happens there. And I think it continues here next weekend. So it's like 2 weekends in a row at the LSU baseball field.
Oh, I forgot softball field.
Okay. UFC. Talk about the UFC last week.
UFC.
Good game. That was a pretty good game.
We had some good fights last weekend.
UFC.
Did I talk about the fights? Yeah, I did. Yeah,
we did. Yeah.
Okay. So what happened? Results. Let's look it up.
Yeah, I won some money. I won Strickland. Strickland won.
I told him to bet on that.
Made a little bit of money. A few coins.
Indeed. So we go to UFC.
So who lost that you didn't want to lose?
So we had some good fights. Saturday night, UFC 328. One of my favorite fighters right now, Joshua Van, defended his title in round 5, knocked out, TKO'd Tatsuro Taira. Ref stopped it. And then the main event was the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev went up against Sean Strickland, the underdog.
And Strickland won.
And Sean Strickland snapped Khamzat's undefeated streak and won by split decision, now becoming a 2-time middleweight champion of the world. And that helps his resume for the UFC Hall of Fame, because he has now beat 2 of the most dominant fighters in the middleweight division. He beat Israel Adesanya. When he was at his peak, he beat him for the title very decisively. And now he's beat an undefeated Khamzat Chimaev at his best, at his peak. And based off of this weekend, I think it has been announced that Khamzat does not want to fight at 185 no more. He wants to move up to 205. Because that weight cut was bad. It did not look good. I don't think he made weight. So that will be it for Khamzat in the middleweight division. He'll probably go up and dominate in light heavyweight because there's no wrestlers in light heavyweight. So he'll probably go up there and dominate, even though there are pretty big and good strikers up there. So that's pretty much what happened in UFC. I think there's a fight night this weekend, but not much of importance. Arnold Allen will fight Melquizael Costa. Now, I think both of those are pretty good.
So, no big fights this week.
No big fights, but on Sunday, June 14th, what's happening, Papa?
I don't know.
Sunday, June 14th, there will be fights on the south lawn of the White House.
I thought it was around the 4th of July
Nope.
somewhere.
June 14th.
Yeah.
I'll get more into that card when it gets closer.
Okay, let's move on to the UFL. UFL football. I'm watching that this weekend. Pretty good games.
Yep.
Let's see. The first game was Friday night. The St. Louis Battlehawks. I watched that game. 31-20. They won 31-20. Moving up and finally getting another win. Battlehawks are coming back. They lost 2 or 3 games in a row. Now they came back. So we'll see what happens. The upset this weekend was DC. DC was a number 1 team in the UFL from Washington, Defenders, and they went up and they played against Louisville, and Louisville in DC beat them 30-13. 30-13. What happened? DC threw 2 picks and 2 fumbles, 4 turnovers. You can't win when you turn the ball over. And then Dallas went down to Birmingham and they lost again. I think Dallas won their first 3, and now they've lost 3 or 4 in a row. They lost 21-17. The problem is Austin Reed is not the quarterback they thought he was. He started off strong, but he ain't been doing nothing since. We'll find out. Orlando and Houston played. Orlando beat Houston by 1 point, 24-23 on Sunday. I watched that game. That was a real good game. Did I miss somebody? No, that's it. That was all of them. Anyway, this coming week, let's see who the matchups are. In week 8, only got 3 more weeks. Friday night, Dallas takes on Orlando. Orlando comes over to Dallas and plays in Dallas. The Storm versus the Renegades. Saturday night, the DC Defenders play Louisville in Louisville this time. It's a rematch, right? Didn't Louisville just beat them?
Yeah, I think so.
So they're playing again this coming match. And then St. Louis is hosting the Houston Gamblers on Saturday at 2 p.m. And on Sunday, the Birmingham Stallions will be hosting the Columbus Aviators. So that's going to be what's going on in the UFL this coming weekend. All right, let's move on. We're going to talk. We got the Saints helmet out here today. We're going to talk a little bit about the Saints draft and the undrafted free agents. The undrafted free agents.
Yep.
They signed quite a few people the last few weeks. We talked about the draft before. We can go over it real quick just to make sure everybody remembers the draft and what happened. But we did pick up several good players in the draft. First one was Tyson. Jordan Tyson, picked him up. He's a good receiver. Both be the top receiver coming out. So we'll see what happens. Secondly, we picked up Christian Miller out of Georgia. Defensive tackle. We need a tackle. We need to add more people in the middle.
Another Georgia player, Oscar Delp, tight end.
Yep.
He's a good receiving threat.
He should be. They say he's as good as Brock
Bowers.
So we'll find out. Jeremiah Wright, offensive tackle out of Auburn. We'll find out. He's supposed to be pretty good too. 4th round. Then we got a receiver, Bryce Lance. People know Lance. Lance is his brother's a quarterback, right?
Trey Lance. Yep.
Trey Lance. So we got Bryce Lance, a wide receiver out of North Dakota State. North Dakota State.
Michael Vick coaching over there.
And then who else we got? Styles.
We got Lorenzo Styles.
The
older brother of Sonny Styles.
Yep. From Ohio State.
Defensive back. Corner.
He's got a lot of speed. That guy's fast. So.
And we got an LSU boy, Barryon Brown. He should be a good return specialist and a deep threat.
And DJ Hall, the defensive back from Iowa.
Yep.
We did sign, we talked about the speed before. We did sign agreed to terms with Davion Harris, Ole Miss defensive tackle. Brought him in as a free agent, so we'll find out how he fits in the team. Let's see who else. We signed a couple more players.
We signed some undrafted free agents.
Undrafted free agents. Let's go through.
I'll go through them. So first we got a running back, C.J. Donaldson. He should be good.
Running back.
We are building up that running back room. We are stacking up that running back room.
He's out of Ohio State. Had a good year. He's 6'1", 230. 6'1", 230. Played real good football this past year.
Tight end Cody Hardy. I think we're stacking up the tight end room as well. And then we're also stacking up the receiver room. We're getting Tyler Shuck all his weapons he needs. We got receiver Mekhi Muse. Then at Mekhi Muse.
Let's see him. I don't have him down.
I don't know. But then at offensive tackle, we have Alan Herron.
Yeah, he started over 40 starts at Maryland. That guy's good. 6'3", 308.
And another offensive tackle, Alex Wolschlager. I'm sorry if I butchered that last
Out of
name.
Kentucky.
Wolfschlager.
6'7", 310. 6'7".
Yep.
That boy's tall.
Then
6'7".
two defensive
He
tackles.
started 56 starts. 56 starts at Kentucky.
That's good. Two defensive tackles, Keyshawn Silver and JVR Suggs.
Silver, USC. 6'4", 330.
Yep.
He started 48 starts.
And we also got a defensive end in Michael Heldman. And then two
Heldman.
corners.
He's an edge. He's an edge from Central Michigan.
Yeah, defensive
6'3",
end.
268, 42 starts. 42 straight starts. Good thing about all these guys, they played a lot of games, which means what? They must be healthy.
They're pretty good.
They're handling those games. They're
Two
playing
corner.
consistently.
We got two corners in Deshaun Jones and Jeremiah McLendon.
Sean Jones out of Alabama, cornerback, 6'0", 6 foot, 190. Jeremiah, cornerback out of Southern Illinois, 6 foot, 185.
Yep. And then a kicker. We got Mason Shipley.
Yep, they brought him in to compete. We're gonna find out how he does.
And
he
then
does.
we
46
drafted.
starts, 46 starts.
And then we also picked up a giant boy, a receiver, out of Jacksonville State. We have Brock Racksteiner, son of Scott Steiner, former WWE wrestler.
Yep, WWE wrestler. This guy's good. This guy is gonna. I think he's gonna be the next Taysom Hill on this team. He can do everything. He's a wide receiver, but he can do a lot, and he's strong. He's big.
He's big.
He started 40 games.
6'2",
And had a total
6'2",
of,
225 as a receiver.
53 receptions, average 12 yards of reception. And in 2005, he played 13 games, set a career high in several statistics: 35 receptions, 5 touchdowns, 3 rushing for 17 yards and a touchdown. So this guy's going to be able to do a lot of things.
Yep.
He's big enough to play tight end too if he had to, but I don't think he'll play. I think he can be a receiver. The Saints are stacking up on receivers, and I heard somebody say a few days ago, what if Tyler Shuck is not the guy? Well, if Tyler Shuck is not the guy, guess what?
We got.
We're building up a wide receiver room and a running back room. And
So we
build
can
up
always
our
go
defense.
draft.
Next year we can draft one.
We have a great There's a great quarterback class
Yeah.
coming here next
So
year.
if he doesn't make it, if Shuck doesn't make it, we can always draft somebody else.
Yep.
You never know. So good. I think the Saints are doing real good. They're going to have a hell of a season. I believe they're going to win 10 games. They could win at least 10 games.
Yeah.
Maybe more, but they could win 10. And let's talk about what's going on. Paris. They're going to Paris. Everybody knows they're going to Paris. We found out today who they play. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. That's I think mid-October, somewhere around there. October 10th or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Some of the other schedule. Tomorrow, the full NFL schedule comes out tomorrow night at 7.
Yep.
Of course, there's been a lot of games being leaked. Today, there was a whole lot of...
Thursdays and Sunday.
Today, they released a bunch of the international games.
Yeah, international games.
As you know, San Francisco and the Rams, they will play week 1
in Melbourne.
in Melbourne. They're going to be playing on Friday, but it'll be broadcast here on Thursday because Australia is 24 hours ahead of us. And then, as I mentioned, the Saints in Detroit and Paris. Saints in Pittsburgh and Paris. In Rio de Janeiro, week 3.
Rio de Janeiro.
Baltimore and
Brazil.
Dallas. And then in Madrid, it's going to be, who is that? Cincinnati and, they didn't say who. Huh?
Atlanta.
Falcons. Cincinnati and the Falcons in Madrid. And in London, there'll be 3 games in London. The Colts play Washington. The Eagles play the Jaguars. And Houston plays the Jaguars. So the Jaguars are going to play over there 2 weeks consecutively. I guess they're going to cross the pond and stay over there for 2 weeks. And then in Munich, New England plays Detroit. And Mexico City is Washington and San Francisco. Those are the games. Now, the early games, right now, they haven't named, Wednesday night is the Australia game. It's really not Wednesday night. Thursday night. Thursday night is that game. Wednesday night is Seattle. Going to open the season, but they have not announced who they're playing. I guess we'll find out. It could be a rematch. Most people think it's going to be either the Bears, the Patriots, the Chargers, or maybe Minnesota. Is what everybody's saying. So we'll find out tomorrow exactly who Seattle hosts on Thursday night. The Sunday night game, the first game of the season, will be Dallas at the Giants. Cowboys and Giants. On Monday, it'll be Kansas City and Denver. And the first Thursday night game the week after, which is the second week of the season, will be Detroit at Buffalo. They also announced Thanksgiving games. They didn't announce the early game, but it's always Detroit. Detroit will play somebody.
Yep.
The afternoon game will be the who is it? Philly. Philly at Dallas. Philly at Dallas on the afternoon game on Thanksgiving Day. And Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday night, will be Green Bay at Los Angeles Rams. Green Bay at the Los Angeles Rams. So that kind of gives you a recap of what's happening right now in the NFL. Everything will be announced by tomorrow night. Everybody will know what's going on. So we're going to stop there with the NFL. After this week, next week we'll talk about the Saints schedule. We'll give us some predictions of what we think is going to happen throughout that schedule. And at the same time, we're going to move on. The following week, we're going to probably start moving on to college football and start talking about what we think is going to happen.
Speaking of college football,
look at who's the favorites and see who's favorites.
Speaking of college football, they announced the first 2 weeks where college game day will be.
Yes.
Week 1, great.
Week 1.
Clemson versus LSU, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yep.
College game day will come to Baton Rouge.
Big game, big game.
Context on Google says Lane Kiffin's debut as LSU head coach.
Yep. National TV, we'll find out.
And LSU right now, I'm sure odds are obviously subject to change, but LSU right now sits at 10.5 favorite over Clemson.
Ooh, they're 10-point favorite over Clemson.
So that should be good. And then in week 2, they will be going to Austin, as it will be Ohio State visiting Texas Longhorns. Their second game of their series. They played last year in week 1. Week 1, they'll be playing in week 2 this year.
Yep.
So those are the 2 announcements. They have officially been announced for game day, but we all know where they're going week 3.
Where they going?
They will most likely, in my opinion, they should be going to, it's the game of the week. Everyone is going to tune in for this. They will go to Oxford.
Yeah, I don't know if game day is going to go to Oxford after coming here.
I think they will.
They might. We'll find
It's the
out.
game of the week.
What's
Every
a different
college
location?
football
It is
fan,
a different location. So
that's the game of the week.
Yeah.
LSU versus Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin will be returning to Oxford. That might be an hostile crowd. So that should be a good game. It should be a primetime game, right?
Should be. Yeah, it's 6:30. It's already been announced. 6:30
So
game.
that should be a good game.
Okay, let's move on to the NBA.
Yes.
Talk about the
I will
NBA.
talk to the NBA.
Last week I went 2-1 on my pick.
Last
2-1.
week,
I won
the
mine.
Knicks swept the 76ers and they move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. But they will wait for
Cleveland, Detroit.
They will wait for the winner of Cleveland and Detroit. Cleveland has won back-to-back games after going down 2-0. They have tied it up.
The home team
2-2.
been winning. The home team's been
They
winning.
will play Game 5 tonight at 7.
Yep.
And in the Western Conference, the Thunder swept the Lakers. So they will move on to the Western Conference Finals as they wait for the Spurs or Timberwolves. Spurs won Game 5 last night. They take a 3-2 lead.
3-2. Okay.
3-2 lead. They will play Game 6 tomorrow night, Friday night actually, at 8:30.
Yep.
And then Game 6.
Then we move on to the conference championships.
Yep. Conference
Which is what?
Finals.
A best of 7 again, right?
Best of 7 the whole way through.
All right. And my picks today, I'm going to give you 3 picks, but it's only for tonight. So if you're not watching early, you don't get to win them. Went 2-1 last week. If you make any bets, what did you do?
Only bet what you can afford to lose.
Tonight, I like Cleveland plus 4.5. Now, the home teams have been winning, and they're in Detroit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Detroit will probably win. Not sure, but I'm taking the 4.5 points. I like under 2.5, 2:11.5, under 2:11.5.
Yep.
And I like Mitchell, Von Mitchell. I like him
Donovan
getting
Mitchell.
25 points or more in this game. 25 points. $10 wins 85, I think it is. So $10 bet. If you make a parlay bet, you can bet them individually, whichever way you want to do it. But that's my picks for today. Let's see. Anything else? I think we got everything
Nope.
covered.
I think we covered everything today.
All right, we done. Please share. Let people know we're here.
Comment, like,
Comment, make any
subscribe.
comments. Let us know if you want to be a guest in the future, whichever. But let us know. Go LSU. Let's look forward to the Saints schedule tomorrow.
Go Tigers.
Who dat?
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.